I had nothing to lose, and I had lost all hope. But then I started asking these questions. Who says you need a reason to continue? Who says you need belief in your success? Who says you need hope? And then I had this revelation of, well, if you have nothing to lose, you have everything to gain, and every single effort that you put in and everything that you do, you can only win in. You cannot lose. It is like you walking into a casino and being allowed to play as much as you want. You can roll the dice again and again, as many times as you want, but you can never lose anything because you have nothing to lose. But you can win, and you can win big. And so as long as you have the discipline to keep rolling the dice, keep spinning that roulette wheel, eventually you are guaranteed to win the jackpot. And that was it. That was the miracle. That was the revelation. I have nothing to lose, which means I can do anything. Anything that I wish. And I don't have to fear the consequences, because the consequences can only be positive. And that gives me the ultimate freedom. The freedom from all fear. And if you think about it, if you're going to live in fear, then why live at all? And so instead of seeing this situation as a curse or a nightmare, it has become a blessing and a dream come true, where I can do anything that I wish. I can be free completely from every kind of fear, and I can only win. It is the best position on the board. You can only win. Every move that you make, you can only gain from it, or you stay in the same place. Either nothing changes, or you gain something. You win, and you can win big. And that is such a great and an amazing feeling. And that is why life is so great, because in this life, even if you have nothing at all, you still have something, which is freedom. And so you can find joy at the fact that you are free, peace at the fact that you can accept any and all circumstances. You can be faithful that things can only get better. And so, in some weird, fucked up way, God has given me something without giving me anything at all. And in this opportunity that I have been given, this amazing opportunity where you can create and build exactly the life that you want, and the best life possible, by simply taking action. And you can, even the smallest wins will feel life-changing when you're at the rock bottom. And so even the smallest wins will give you that much more of happiness than anyone else would ever get from them if they already had a lot. If you have nothing, even gaining a tiny bit is so much more impactful than if you have everything and you gain all that you can, because you already had everything. And you know, if you think about yourself at the rock bottom, you're like, oh no, but it's so painful, it's so painful. The pain ends the moment you stop caring. The moment you disconnect yourself and you just look around and you realize, you know what? It doesn't even matter. Even if you have nothing at all, what do I care? You disconnect yourself from all your wants and your needs, and you achieve this almost enlightenment. Because if you think about it, if you don't want something, it's the same or even better than if you want it and have it. So if you imagine a car, let's say you want this car. Well, now you have to put in work to get it. And then you have to, maintain the car. And then you have to pay for insurance and all these other headaches. And all of a sudden, you wanting this car is costing you time, money, and, headache. But if you never even want the car, you just continue your life. And you're better off than if you wanted it. And the same is with hope. A lot of people are like, oh, I need hope, where is my hope? I want to hope. And then they go searching for hope. And that is their mission. I need to search for hope and gain hope from somewhere. And then they use time and effort. And then they have all this headache of, well, I don't have hope, so now I'm sad. And now I'm miserable. But if you just don't want hope, you say, I don't need hope. Hope is made up bullshit to inspire people, and I don't need it. And I'm not saying that there's nothing, valuable in hope. Of course there is. But it is in no way necessary. And so when you disconnect yourself, you say, you know what? I don't need hope. I can do it anyway. I don't need belief that I'll succeed. I can do it anyway. I don't need a reason to continue. I can keep walking down this road anyway. And so you can keep going and keep doing the correct things without hope. And when you disconnect yourself from hope, you'll say, I don't need hope. All of a sudden you save a lot of time and a lot of pain because you're not worrying about whether you have hope or not. You're not worrying about whether you have some grand reason. You don't need magical hope or a mysterious reason that people speak of for you to do the correct things that you need for the best life possible. And so that is the awakening that you can have. If you have nothing to lose, you simply have everything to gain. If you have nothing to cling on to, then you have everything to choose from. And so if you have nothing at all, even then you have something, which is freedom and the opportunity to build something great. If you want to build a skyscraper, first you gotta get rid of the wooden shack in the way. And so when a lot of people are too clingy to a wooden shack, oh, I don't want to get rid of the wooden shack, they're never gonna get a skyscraper because they never were willing to get rid of the wooden shack that was in the way. But if you have nothing at all, then you don't even have to get rid of anything. You can just start building this skyscraper straight away. And so every day I am reminded that even if you don't believe that you will succeed, you can still do it anyway. And so as always, stay disciplined, chase your dreams, and have a fantastic day.